Hi there. Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. And as I'm cleaning up here from yesterday, I will explain. I live in Canada, on the north shore of Lake Ontario, east of Toronto. Used to live in Toronto, grew up in Toronto. Don't live there anymore. But I visit. It's a very nice city, if you're ever wondering whether you should visit or not. For its size, it's quite safe, and lots to see and lots to do, and it's very multicultural, which I love. Anyhow, you didn't come here for travel and tourism. I make journals out of old books. And you're thinking, if you saw my last video, hold on, that doesn't look like the book that you were working on. Both of those books were both such poor quality, and I keep thinking, oh, I hope I didn't pay what that price tag was on that one book. Oh well, there's nothing I can do now. I doubt I paid that. It seems awfully high that I would pay for a book, a commonplace book like that. Anyhow, they're both just crumbling apart, and even the paper is such poor quality that it's just not even crumbling. It's just dust, and I'm concerned that if I were to, my intentions were to collage on them, and I just have this gut feeling that I would do a beautiful collage, put my heart, soul into it, and then it would literally peel right off the book. So then I thought, well, maybe if I put matte gel medium onto it first, or maybe if I put gesso, and then I thought, no, I need to surrender that sometimes some books are just not meant to be. So I got to work on a couple of new ones. So welcome to a bit of my day. If you're new here, I usually just turn on my camera and get to work for 30 minutes, and I chatter away about anything and everything. And there's really no rhyme or reason, and I just get to work and bring you along with me. And if you've got questions, feel free to write them below. I do my best to answer, and or else someone else does, because you guys are all the best, and the conversations that go on down below are just lovely. And there's always someone out there who's got the answer that I don't have, and which I am forever grateful for. I love that artists share. So let me put this away. And what I thought I'd do, because I seem to be disappearing for days at a time. I apologize for that. If I'm away, lately right now it seems to be that my eyes are sore that day. And it is a sit around with warm, wet face cloths and listen to podcasts kind of day. So I'm okay, just sore eyes. I can be kind of grumpy and feeling sorry for myself too, but it's probably going to be going on for a few weeks. So please don't worry about me if I go missing for 4, 5, 6 days. Sore eyes. Even if you message, I may not even respond right away, because when they're sore, blue screens, like phones, computers, even the television, just strains them even more. Or even reading a book. Oh. So, I just thought I'm going to get started on a couple of books and just slowly work my way through them. And so I did get started day before yesterday on this one. It's The Illustrated History of All Nations. There were three volumes that I got. I can't remember if there were more volumes than that. I got this at my little Kirby thrift store. And I can't remember if there were more volumes, and they were just in bad shape. But I have 3. And it always cracks me up when they would say, you know, the history of all nations. It just, I don't know, not one to judge, but I'm going to judge. It's a little arrogant. Can we all agree on that? Anyhow, so I got started on it, and I attempted to, of course I attempted to record it, and it turned into a I feel sorry for myself, mostly chat, and I can't bring myself to post those. So I removed the text block. As you can see, the hinges were still in very nice shape, so so I simply, in the case of very nice shape, I still want them loose and wobbly, so don't worry, there will be fabric also supporting these hinges, but I felt quite safe in using contractor's tape. You can get contractor's tape. Make sure you look inside and look for it. Contractor grade. There it is. Contractor grade by Scotch 3M brand, I believe. 3M makes Scotch brand. Yes, 3M. I get mine at the hardware store. And it warns you, even in all this little fine print, I think it's within 72 hours. If you don't pull it up with, remove within 3 days or it becomes permanent. So that's why it's quite suitable for this kind of support. This is probably permanent by now, or if I did rip it up, it would do quite a bit of damage. Now, you're probably looking at this there and down there, and the head and foot of this spine had seen better times. I guess I should let you know this book is 1903, 1909. It's an old book, but it's still in quite nice condition. This volume is mostly on the history of Egypt, so I don't know how much of it will actually go back in as far as how many folios, but I'll try my best to use some of the pages simply to honor the book. I don't think I will use the original front page. Sometimes I like to. I don't particularly like this. Ah, yes, 15 volumes, so there were many more. Anyhow, it does have a few maps in there that I may put in because they're colorful. It's full of, because it's 1909, it is full of a lot of black and white photos rather than, if they were drawings, I would love that. Sketches, drawings, and that. But the black and white photos from this style of a book, I don't know. For my style of junk journal, doesn't lend itself well to be reused. Anyhow, I don't know. I'm just not feeling this. But I will use this and make sure that the, let's put this, we'll make sure that we put that back in so that the new owner knows how old their new little baby is. And then I went through and pulled out a few, see how it's got these black and white photos that I'm not don't necessarily want to reuse. The paper is also quite cracky, so I'm not even sure again how suitable it would be. I'm going to have to pick and choose what I reuse some of this paper for. I always pull out the ones that are blank or almost blank, because that's quite usable paper. So I decided I need to do a couple of quirky all sorts books. I just need to. The list, I feel badly I didn't finish the list, but as we know, Santa's list is ever evolving, changes moment to moment as new babies enter this world, and children's names get added, and children grow up, and maybe anyhow. So I feel okay that I safely packed it all up and everything I still want to use in it. And it is all of my Christmas supplies fit into one big Rubbermaid bin and get stuffed actually right under this desk. And it is all nice and safe, and it's in the top of that bin. So next year when I pull out my Christmas bin, which is usually around Halloween, because I don't enjoy Halloween. So if I pull out my Christmas things, it makes that time of year a little more enjoyable for me. I'm one of those people, I just get scared easily. And so Halloween used to be fun, and now it's so realistic, it just scares me, and I have bad dreams as a grown-up woman. Can you believe it? So the list is right there. When I open it, I'll be able to go, the list, you need to be finished. And there's not a lot more to do in the list. But I felt like if I did it right now, it would be a job instead of a joy. And so it's been put away so that I can finish it, and it is a joy to work on. So by doing a couple of all sorts books, I can work on them and stop and pause and go away from my desk if I need to, and it's not necessarily a big deal. Anyhow, so back to these things. When I took it apart, the ends, which are usually right here, you can see where I ripped the top one off, and right here where the bottom one came off quite easily. My intention was actually to put them back onto the new text block that I'm going to make. But these ends are really worn and starting to be frayed, and I was starting to think, how am I going to reinforce? Hold on, pardon. I know I'm going to ruin that if I don't get that out of the way. How am I going to reinforce the head and the foot of this book? And that's when I realized, why don't I just use the original text block head and foot bands and put them in. That way I can still, if I want, put lace on the new text block that I create. And so I went through all my, when I make an all sorts book, quite often my heart longs for an old master painting and a book plate of some sort, and I found this one that I liked because it has the blue and it's got the red right there of this fan. It's a painting by Edouard Manet, and I think it's called Violets, a bunch of violets and fan. And this is a letter, because it was actually a book of art of old master paintings that somehow or other involved a letter in the painting. So anyhow, I just thought that was perfect for the cover of this book. and I just thought I would put those together. I'm trying to decide if I want to put anything behind this because I've still got lots of room. I could probably have gone with a bigger painting, but I couldn't find any that were really suitable for this book. So for now, for the time being, I'm going to put it aside, and we're going to dig into the other book that I'm going to work on. And I'm really looking forward to this book. I scoured over all my books because I decided I don't want something that's too much of a challenge. Those other two books could probably be done, but they were going to be too much of a challenge, and I'm not in the mood right now for too much of a challenge. Sometimes, boy, give it to me, bring it, bring it. But right now, no. But I love this book. It's the Practical Bookkeeper, and isn't that pretty? Look at the embossing on this book. It's not very thick, but it's a nice size this way, so it'll lend itself to having lots of unusual size and shape folios to go into the signatures. And the pages, it's from 1884. And the original owner, must have been the original owner because it says 1887 here. So someone named Harry Rice, he must have become an accountant, I suppose. It's just got some really great pages inside, even for later on to use in other books, because obviously I won't be able to use all of these books, but they do lend themselves nicely to become junk journal pages. Isn't that's a nice page. So I think this is going to be a really, really cool book to become a junk journal, and it doesn't feel too bad. It's starting to fall apart up here, so I'm going to have to do something about the spine, but I'm not sure yet what. Whether I'm going to do fabric up here or whether I'm going to do some lace, because this is just book cloth, which isn't bad, and it's a nice size. If I need to, I do believe I can sew through that if I wanted to put a layer of fabric on the outside. I don't want to come too far onto this cover because it's beautiful and should not be covered up. Now I do think I have room here. If I wanted to, I could put some kind of book plate onto it for the new owner. I don't want to cover that up because that's just divine. So I'm going to pause, see if I can lift my camera up a bit, and we'll remove this text block together. So give me a moment. Okay, we should be good. So let's go to the back. I don't even mind that red on it. I don't know what got spilled on it. Red ink. Maybe somebody's bill was overdue and the stamp overdue. I love where you can see that ink from pen and ink got spilled and splattered. So I do think this will be enjoyable. Now, I apologize ahead of time if you can't see what I'm doing, but this is my best way of making sure that I'm not cutting right through that spine. But what I'm doing is giving myself enough room so that I'm just using that tip of my craft knife and cutting through the mull, that netting that has suspended the text block and created the hidden hollowback spine. And I just want to use the very tip because any of you who have done this before and cut right through the spine and cried over it, as have I, it's a very sad day indeed, especially if you've done it to a really pretty book that you had high hopes for. But sometimes it also forces you to use your imagination and fix your book. And sometimes those mistakes, as Bob Ross has taught us, turn into happy accidents that end up doing us some good. So I don't know if you can see the mull in there. It's just gauze. You can also see that this has also been suspended by some cording from the sewing of the signatures. So that's sometimes if you're cutting through to remove your first text block, say, and you're thinking, I wonder what I'm hitting. It's not easy anymore, because the mull is usually quite easy. You've hit either a band or a cord of some sort. And just give it a little bit more and you'll get through it. Come on. If you need to, flip it over and approach it from a different point of view. There we go. And we are separated. If possible, I'd like to save that. That's just so lovely when you've got the owner. And maybe I can put this one on the back here. Harry had nice handwriting. Maybe this one can go on to the back. So it looks like it's originally 1884. Yep, 1884 there, and also here. So this will definitely go back into the book. Let's see what kind of sewing went into these signatures. I bet it's that thick cords that they used, cotton cords. Nope. Have we already passed it? No, that looks like it's been glued together. Wonder why they would glue that together. Oh, I know why. Okay, I forget the name of this kind of binding. There's one cord right there. Sorry, I'm looking for something over here to lift that out of the way. Oh, well, it broke it, so that's nice. Thank you. But I'm afraid that it's been sewn together through the cords. Let's see if we can see. Oh, look how pretty the paper was. It's got little green flowers. The paper that they used. I wonder if I can see underneath there. He's a bookkeeper. I was hoping there maybe he hid some money inside it. But that might be an obvious place for a bookkeeper to hide their money. Okay, those of you who know, tell me the name of this kind of binding. I see really talented bookmakers use that binding all the time. The kind of people that make the whole book from scratch, cover and all, rather than what most of us do, just using the cover. Nope. So I'm going to have to carefully pull these out And then fortify the spine yet. So what they've done is they've glued it closed, and every once in a while there's one that shows through. I think I'm not going to worry about it for a book from 1884. I think what I'm just going to do is just carefully do that. Look at that. No, you've made a liar out of me, little book. They're always a mystery. There we go. Let's see. I shouldn't be taking it apart too much because I'm going to need to use it. I just want these blank pages. You know what? I'm going to put these away. Put down the craft knife, Catherine, and walk away. Walk away. All right. We're going to leave this be for now. And Harry Rice, later on, I'm going to go online and see if I can find you. Harry Rice. I wonder if you were a Harry or if you were a Henry. So here's the rest of the mull. You can see it there. It looks like there's still some more there, but I'm not going to worry about it. But I want to just free up these hinges, see what kind of condition they're in, and see whether I need to use, see if I take up too much on this side, I'm going to lose that. On the other hand, when I put in the hidden hollowback spine, I may lose that anyways. So I may have to use that other one as the end paper on this side. I'll think about it. I'm not sure. I feel like Scarlett O'Hara when I say that. I'll think about that tomorrow. But I do want that away from that hinge. It's kind of bulky. You can't... They haven't come up with feel-o-vision yet, so you can't really feel what I'm feeling, but it's really bulky. There's the cords that were also helping to suspend that text block. If I can just pull a little bit away, I can cut it away with my scissors. So yeah, so if I'm working on this today, it doesn't mean I'm not working on them, but it could mean that I haven't turned on my camera. Let's hope you just come out. It's nice when the spine liner comes out easy so that the new spine liner can just get glued in easy. Plus, that makes my job easier to measure how wide the new spine needs to be. There we go. I'll be able to measure that. Makes it easier than trying to measure the curve on the old text block. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Not sure about your signature, Harry. And you couldn't have done it over here. You had to do it this close, didn't you, Harry? You knew someday I was gonna get your book. I love your book, Harry. Nope. Here's some scissors. Now, an easy way, when you've still got a little bit of this paper there, it's like dust. And when you try and glue in your new, I'll be using this stuff to put a new spine liner in there. You want to be able to get a good adherence. And I just find that by holding the bristles of a clean paintbrush together, you can usually get that off. Quite easy. I don't know if you can see that dust there. So don't inhale quickly, or you'll have 140-year-old glue in your lungs. And that way you'll get a nice, your glue will have a nice surface to stick itself to. You know, this is in quite nice condition considering its age. Harry, you're a good old man, even if you did sign your name too close. I will forgive you. How am I for time? Oh. We are past our 30-minute mark. This is where I have to be careful because I have been known to put my tweezers right through the spine. On the other hand, whether I'm going to possibly recover this spine, because there's nothing on it. There's water damage. I don't care about that. There's ink spilled. I love that. I will most likely give this a little bit of a cleanup and then just seal it. Seal all those stains right inside and not even try and cover them up, because I think those are glorious. I might put a few stickers on the outside. I'm looking for where a few might be. I was playing with them on the blue, but I don't want to cover that up. But maybe on the back where this water damage is. You know, a few, maybe as a bookkeeper he wanted to save a few little things. We'll see. This one has me a little more intrigued than the big one. But like I said, I'm just going to take my time because I don't know what's in store for me in the next couple weeks as far as this next laser surgery. I could end up healing nice and quick and easy the way I did with the cataracts. Or it could be another not nice one like, you know, 3 weeks ago. We'll see. Thanks for joining me today. And I think I'm going to take a moment and see if I can find Mr. Rice. That would be nice. In the meantime, thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day and that you're safe and healthy and that your new year has started off well. Take care and we'll talk soon. Bye.